All right, so I am headed out soon, guys. I am starting to feel better, so I probably will be able to get to work tonight, maybe, depending on how I feel. But I am feeling better, and I am meeting somebody, and so yeah, I should be good enough to go to work. So, and I want to make sure I'm not going to get someone else sick either. So I was, like I like to keep my word. I don't like to cancel appointments. So I'm like, but if I'm going to get him sick, I will cancel. So I think I'm good enough now. I think I passed it. I don't know what that was. I actually was thinking about something, but I'll share that another time. So, I had a thought about what it might be. So, couple things here. So, number one, I decided not to do my motorcycle license yet because I went outside and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope it's not going to be this cold this weekend. I was going to sign up for a weekend class, 2 days, and I looked at the weather and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna snow and it's gonna be kind of cold. So I am going to wait to get my motorcycle license until it's nicer out. And then another thing had come into my decision. I talked to my son, and he is flying over here, which I'm excited about, the one that was missing. And we came up with a plan together. So he got the phone I sent him, and he's, getting his ID. He didn't even have an ID on him, and we have a plan. And I will not be taking care of him. I will not be doing that. That is not, it's something that you have to let go of, ladies. You can show support and you can help where you can, and you can be like, yeah, I can help with this area, but I have a lease that no one else can live here. I have I have my work obligations, but I did look into resources, and I'm like, here's some classes that are free. You can do this. This is a way you can do this. So I'm like, you're going to have to get here and work. I cannot support you. You are too old for me to support you. And, obviously if you have a gift, if you have money and you have a gift to give, go ahead and do that for your kids. But you are not the one supporting them, and it's not meant to be this way. You carried them for 9 months. The umbilical cord was cut years ago. You are not meant to carry your kids. And of course, you help where you can, and we had our son living with us for a short time, and a couple of our sons came back a couple times, which is fine. And where I'm living right now, this is just a business, it benefits all of us, this business arrangement, kind of like roommates right now until other decisions are made. So somebody asked if I would be willing to live with my husband again. And Kevin Leandro got on here and he's like, he isn't willing to live with her. She's a narcissist. Looking out for yourself is not being a narcissist. Not at all. Standing up and saying, you're not going to throw me. You're not going to talk to me this way. That is not being a narcissist. So would I be willing to live with my husband again? Yes. Of course I would. Of course I would. I wasn't going to answer that question yesterday. I didn't want to it was a loaded question and I didn't want to get into that. But yes, I would be, because I do believe he made a mistake and he said he was sorry, and I did live with him after. Would I be willing to live with him after this whole divorce thing of him pulling me through the mud? Definitely, I would, because it hasn't really affected me. I am very detached. There's this movement going on right now called Let Them, and Mel Robbins has a book out about let them. If people want to leave you, let them. If they want to, neglect you, yell at you, give you the silent treatment, let them. So you can definitely detach. And some people have said it's the teaching of Jesus. Jesus did not force people to believe in him. He did not, say, like when, the rich man said, how can I get into heaven? He's like, go sell all that you have. And it wasn't about money. It was about him giving him the choice to, do as he wanted. And he let his possessions own him. And he chose, which is really stupid, his possessions over the kingdom of heaven. But he honored his free will. So there is a time to honor someone's free will. But I don't believe Jesus was just, all about let them. He also woos us and wants us and chases us and he does not desire anyone to go to hell. So I think we need to be careful with that balance of letting people go and do their own way and saying, hey, you know, what you did was wrong, but I still love you and we want what's best for you. So my husband, I mean, I've seen a lot of lonely old men out here. They're lonely. They're very, very friendly because they're lonely. So not only do I have a plan for my son, you know, we talked about a plan, his plan, and really letting him choose, you can stay over there if you want, and or you can come over here and this is what it's going to look like. I'm not supporting you into be loving and kind, but I'm not going to do it for you. There's support there. And the same thing with your husband. You know, you can choose to have your freedom and do whatever you want. I'm not going to, chase, not necessarily chase, but I'm not going to control the situation. I mean, you can go get your freedom, but I am going to stand up to the courts and I am going to do what I feel is right. So, would I still be willing to live with him? Yeah, I would, because he had proved his trust again to me with the whole, pushing me. He was really sorry. He was really repentful. I had a son who said some things to me he shouldn't have. Very repentful, very repentful. So when someone is like that and you know it's real, then yeah, you just forgive and it's like it never even happened. But this whole court thing that he did try to drag me through the mud. Do I still love him? Yeah, of course I do. And like I said, I'm doing my own thing with God. I'm walking with God, so you can detach. Does God also chase people down? Yeah. So would I give my husband another chance? Definitely. There is a lot of good in him. It's probably 99% good in him with this 1% of this bad season in his life. I would definitely be willing to still live with him. And we think of scripture where it talks about if your spouse, your partner is still willing to live with you, you should not divorce. So again, divorce is really an ugly thing. It tears a whole family apart. I am against divorce. I did mention to my husband that he could have a divorce because he brought it into the marriage. So saying that shows, if you want to divorce, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. And he did divorce. So he can do all he wants. He did divorce, I guess. I haven't even checked it out. I myself am not somebody who's going to divorce or leave or be like, a conditional love. You did this, so I'm divorcing you. There is one, there are a couple times in life, a few times that there should be a divorce. Couple times, and Jesus talks about that. And obviously, if there's men out there who try to kill their wives, obviously you're not going to be with him again. Something major like that, you're not going to do that. If someone is literally trying to kill you, things like that. So yeah, you can trust God, ladies, and you can say to your husbands, yeah, I'm still willing, even after your bad behavior, to give it another shot. So that's what I talk about. I'm still married before God, even if legally there's a piece of paper. I am still married before God. So I have asked others have asked if I am interested in a relationship of some sort, and I have said no, I am not. So I'm too old for the dating stuff. I'm too old for that crap. I've been through it. Been through it enough to learn my lesson. So no, I will not be dating other men. So that's what I got for now. And yeah, just some thoughts. Thanks, guys, for joining me.